I met my soulmate while I was shopping for my wedding, so honestly this happened over 4 years ago, but I've never told anyone till now. A few years ago, I was engaged to someone I thought I'd be spending the rest of my life with. We had been together for over a year in a very serious relationship, and both of us knew we wanted to get married. It wasn't really a surprise when he popped the question, and of course I said yes. Thus began a long road of wedding planning, and I got to work right away. Immediately, I went out, started buying flowers, decorations, picking a dress, all the typical things. I asked for Marcus to help plan or give his opinion, but he just kept insisting, it's a woman's job to plan a wedding, so I did. The day comes that I finally decide to pick out what my fiancé and his groomsmen will be wearing, and I make the trip to our local men's warehouse to look at their selection of suits. When I get there, I'm greeted by one of the most handsome men I've ever seen. Well, not conventionally handsome, he was tall and so thin it was shocking, in a striped suit with large glasses and a mustache that he had curled at the tips. It might seem shallow to mention his looks, but he literally was my type that people had teased me about my entire life. My family are all farmers and had always made fun of me for liking nerds. He quickly introduced himself as Sterling and asked if he could be of any assistance, so I told him all about my wedding and he showed me what the store had to offer. He confidently told me that he'd helped with hundreds of weddings and fitted thousands of suits, and true to his word he helped me pick the perfect ensemble. We chatted a bit about what theme I wanted, colors, etc. Turns out, we both loved vintage style, and had a lot of similar interests. I left the store that day very pleased to have gotten the perfect suits ordered and called my fiancé to tell him the good news. Fast forward a few months, and somewhere in the midst of all the planning, Marcus had been acting strange. He had been arguing with me non-stop over everything, getting upset when I wanted to spend time with my family, going through my phone when I slept, and on one occasion he even refused to give me my own car keys so that I could go home. It wasn't long before I found out that he was cheating on me with one of my friends. They had been texting back and forth for a few weeks and had met up already. I was utterly devastated, and thankfully had the mind to break things off, for good. Losing Marcus hurt, but being betrayed by my friend felt like a gut punch. A few more months went by, the loneliness and anger had definitely set in, and, wanting someone to talk to, I decided what the heck and downloaded Tinder on a whim. I had literally only been using the app for about an hour when a familiar face popped up. Yep. Sterling. I will literally never forget reading Oxford Dictionary in the streets, Urban Dictionary in the sheets on his profile. Corny? Yes. Did I laugh though? Also yes. I swiped right, and to my surprise, he had done the same. From there, we exchanged numbers, spent nearly 6 hours talking on the phone that night, and met up just a few short days later. Sterling was definitely surprised when I told him about what happened with Marcus, but he was incredibly sympathetic and respectful. We hit it off right away, and when I was ready, we started dating. We've been inseparable ever since, and are now married with our 3-month-old baby girl laying next to me as I type this. I'm happier than I ever imagined possible, and although our story is a little different, I'll believe I've truly found my soulmate, smiley face.